Hi there, welcome to this week's video. This week's video is based off the back of quite a lot of questions I've been sent regarding the setup and tubs and why I'm using what I'm using. And also a little bit, I've noticed quite a lot of questions on Facebook, just in general groups, people asking what's the best this, what's the best that, what's the best substrate. I always think that's rather bizarre question to ask. There's no such thing as the best. That's all just subjective for different people. If you want to learn more and know more about different setups, different substrates, different ways of doing things, try asking your questions slightly different. Don't ask what the best is, but just ask people what they use and why are they using it. And the why is far more important than anything else. So try and understand why someone is using what they're using. So for example, people are asking me, why am I using the semi-clear tub? Why aren't I using the solid coloured tub that seems to be the big craze at the moment with many breeders? They all want to use a grey tub. Well, I'll run through the why, fairly simple. One is totally subjective, and that is when I walk into this room, I walk in here and I know it's a snake room. I can feel it's a snake room, I can see the snakes, I can see things moving around. I like that. When I've walked into many collections, big collections, not in the UK, abroad, where they're solid grey tubs, kind of it's just a little bit dull really. You don't get the feeling you're in a snake room. All look clean, it all works, but I like to be able to see what's going on. I like to be able to see little peek of this snake here. I can even see through the tub what it is. Another one here. So they're all scattered around and I can see what's going on. So that's one of the reasons why I like the semi-transparent tub. The bigger reason is by using the clear, semi-clear tub, if something goes wrong, and bad things do happen, no matter how well you've set yourself up, things just sometimes go wrong. Things have gone wrong here. So for an example, I've walked into one of my rooms, not this room, one of the other rooms, and seen all the snakes sitting at the front of the tub. So on one particular level, every single snake was pushed to the front. Now if I look down along here, I've got one snake at the front and one down at the end there at the front, and I think that's pretty much it. So you should see a bit of diversity, some at the front, some at the back, some in the middle. On this particular occasion, all the snakes were as far front as they could possibly get. Now that told me straight away there was a problem. And sure enough, when I slid the tub out, the heat, I could feel the heat just coming out the tub. One of the probes from a thermostat had dropped off the heat mat. The tape I'd used, I don't know, it might have been where I've moved the racking around. Anyway, the probe had come off a heat mat and the temperature had spiked, and it was up to almost 50 centigrade. At that temperature, those snakes wouldn't have survived for very long. By the following day, they would have definitely succumbed to that heat. The fact that I had a semi-clear tub, I saw that straight away. Had it been a grey tub, I wouldn't have noticed, and I wouldn't have been looking at that particular line of tubs on that day. The following day, they would have been checked, but I probably would have lost a whole line of snakes, completely unnecessary. And as I say, I spotted it purely because the tub was semi-transparent. So that's why I'm using the semi-transparent tub. This is actually a Vision tub. I started off actually with Vision racking back long time ago, probably over 15 years ago. I had Vision racking. I also had one LP rack back 15, 16, 17, maybe even probably even closer to 18 years ago. He used to do a different tub size, but for all the ball pythons I used the Vision rack with the Vision tub. Once LP, so this is LP racking, once LP changed the design and started building racks to fit the Vision tub, I switched over to the very first of the LP racks for Vision tubs. The main reason why I switched over, I was so impressed with the build quality of the first one, and the fact that all his designs are designed to be weld free. They're all assembled by the user, and they're not welded, and that gives quite a few advantages for transporting, moving stuff around, getting through things through doorways, upstairs, whatever else. But the main reason that this rack to me is probably the current best rack out there is purely the design, not the tub. The tub, it could hold any tub. It's the design. So the way this tub, the racking is designed, it's not made out of box section. So you don't lose a big, vast amount of space in between. When you stack these tubs up, 13 high, so this is 13 tubs high, it doesn't take up much height. You gain quite a lot of space. So I was back this time last year, or I think actually last February, I was at a breeder in Florida. He's got, I think he had easily over 3,000 snakes, but his racking was 13 tubs high. But he had, you can't catch COVID through YouTube, so don't panic. He had ladders in every one of his rooms, and his 13 tubs high, literally, well, I mean, I couldn't even have touched them. It was a huge amount of space going up, whereas I showed him the video of my ones, showing 13 high, and that was the equivalent really of probably tub number 11 of his, on his design, using the box section racking. So again, using LP racks, you gain a lot of space. I think it works out about 15-18% more tubs in the same footprint. So bearing in mind, I think we're all in the same position. We all keep the number of snakes we can afford, or the number of snakes we've got space for. One of the great things about ball python hobby seems to be most people run out of space before they seem to run out of money, which is kind of a good indication of the strength of the hobby at the moment. Anyway, so by using LP racks, you gain extra couple of tubs on the same footprint. So that's LP racks, Vision semi-translucent opaque tubs. I use a wide heat mat, so I use a 12-inch deep heat mat on the back. So I'll show you inside one of these. So inside there you'll see that the heat mat covers just around about a quarter of the base of the tub, and that allows even your biggest female to get fully on heat, which is quite nice. It means you can have the heat slightly lower. I've seen some people do use a heat cable, obviously literally a piece of cable. Using heat cable, you can end up with quite high pinpoint hotspots where the heat cable gets very hot and you're waiting for the heat to sort of dissipate across underneath the tub. So I don't like heat cable because it runs generally hotter than heat mats, and I just feel it's more dangerous because of the heat it's generating, and you don't get such an even spread of heat. So heat mats running. I use a pulse thermostat, so the thermostat is permanently pulsing energy into the heat mat to maintain the temperature. That works really well, and the thermostats I use are Microclimate Evo Lights. A great thermostat. I think I've got close to about 200 running now throughout the whole collection. Been running almost 2 years with them, so yeah, quite a bit of experience. Fantastic little thermostat, good value for money. Inside the tub, so if I show you inside the tub, I've already been through the substrate and why I use Lignocell as a substrate in one of the previous videos. You can see in there the black cup holder. That is also from LP racks, so that will hold a 12-ounce deli cup. You can get the deli cup pretty much online easy enough in the UK or pretty much anywhere across the world from what I've seen. But the LP rack, the deli cup holder, again, he will ship out those to you. That's about it. That's the setup and what I'm using now. There's plenty of other good tubs out there, but my only main thing is when I'm choosing a tub, or if I do change tubs, I will still go for the semi-clear tub so I can see what's going on inside each of my cages. That's really it. Hopefully that's helped you out, explained what I'm using. LP racks will ship anywhere in the world. I know he's shipped to a friend in Australia of mine. As you know, I don't do adverts, so this is not an advert for LP racks. It's literally just answering the questions that I keep getting messaged. If you've got any other messages or any other questions you want to ask, drop them in the comments below. Please do this, subscribe, notify, bell, whatever, do all that nonsense. But more importantly, if you guys actually like my videos and think they're helpful for people, I'd really appreciate it if you can share these videos as much as you can on different social media platforms. That would be far more helpful than anything else you can do. So with that, take care and catch you on the next video. So long.
Thank you.